Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Do you want to have a friend who, let's say, wants you guys to go to the movies, and you say, "Well, I'd rather not go to the movies. I'd rather go, I don't know, I would rather go for a walk." And then your friend tells you, "Well, if you don't want to go to the movies, then I will go home and I will break your bike." And you say, "Okay, I'll go to the movies with you then." And then the next day, he says, "Hey, do you want to go for a bike ride?" And you say, "Well, I'd rather go fishing." And I said, "Well, if you don't want to come for a ride bike, then I'm going to go to your house and break all the windows at your house." And you say, "Okay." Now tell me what kind of relationship that is. Do you want to have a relationship like that? Either way, being the first guy or the second guy. In this case, let's say you're the second guy. Do you want to have a friend who every time you don't do what he wants you to do or asks you to do, if you don't do it, he's going to retaliate, threaten, threaten to retaliate, blackmail, or simply threats. Well, this is the case with United States or the Western countries in general, the big countries I'm talking, and for instance, in this case, India. As you probably know, India did not go far enough in condemning Russians' incursion in Ukraine. So then, if you remember, we had a long line of people who visited India all of a sudden in about a month time and tried to persuade India to change its course with different, different shiny little beads, and little mirrors, and hey, here it is. You want to change your mind? I'm going to give it to you. Things like this. And India is not a retarded country, so has a long civilization and very philosophical and religious country, so knows what to do. So obviously they picked their own, under the pressure, they didn't cave. If you remember, it was the Japanese, I think Prime Minister about 2 months ago came and said it's going to invest, I don't know how many $1 billion in India, but, we got to uh, stop, being friends with Russia. Then it came, uh, what's his name, Blinken, the Secretary of State of the United States, could not convince them. And then it was, I think, that Ursula, the so-called president of the European Union, who was not elected by the people, was elected by the Commission, but she's elected somehow. Then, you had Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of Great Britain, and there were some other, guys who tried to persuade India. Remember, with Pakistan, it's been tried the same way, and they bypass everything by using some people in their parliament to vote a no confidence vote for their prime minister Imran Khan, who was ousted. So it worked fine over there. But same thing, Pakistan did not want to destroy its relationship with Russia or stop buying resources from their gas or whatever they were buying. So I knew that once India would not cave into the these people who came and do this, no, then we're going to do this, and they promised everything to India, but India said, well, we'll see, yeah, we can do this, yeah, we can do this, we can do this. I knew it was not enough for the Americans, and I want to read you what's going on in America, in United States. They try to they there are some how should I put it, some clashes, religious-based clashes in India. I don't know who organized them or who didn't organize them, but nevertheless, now it's been trying, I think, my assessment, it's been trying a debunking of the Indian, leadership, and the same thing, a regime change, as it happened in my assessment in Pakistan. So I got an article from The Hill by Sarakshi Ray, or Rai, April 26, 2022. And it says the US panel recommends State Department classify India, Russia together as country of particular concern over religious freedoms. So, and then this panel designated 15 nations, including India and China. They're just them. The two of them are just you know underlined here and mentioned as countries of particular concern for violating religious freedoms. All right, so what's going on with this? This is the United States Commission of International Religious Freedom. Uh, and how should I put it? If you remember, Blinken tried to lecture India during its visit about the human rights violations in India, and if you remember, the Foreign Affairs Ministry, he just slapped Blinken back and said, "Mind your own business. You're not clean either." So they zip it. So now they try a different method, different way. Say that this USCIRF wrote in the report that 15 countries are designated as such because their governments engage in or tolerate systematic, ongoing, and egregious violations. This, I don't know, like, I don't know, Bangladesh makes a report regarding, I don't know, Germany and says in Germany that's racism or something. Okay, who gives up about what Bangladesh thinks about Germany? And they can do that how much they want. The problem, can Bangladesh or whatever can do something to Germany? No. But here, these guys are trying. So now it's going to mention the countries that were, mentioned here to be in a violation. The countries comprise the 10 nations that the State Department previously designated as countries of particular concern in November 2021. So there were some 10 countries: Burma, China, Eritrea, Iran, North Korea, Pakistan, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, as well as 5 others: Afghanistan, India, Nigeria, Syria, and Vietnam. Well, who cares, right? But then this guy said that they have concerns, added that the use and abuse of restrictive laws to repress religious freedom remains one of our main concerns around the world. Well, nobody voted for you to have concerns around the world, so don't appoint yourself as being the overseer of how things are ran religiously, okay? Because people might not recognize your authority outside of your country, United States. But you can do how many projects, you can do how many research papers and whatever you do, how many you want, up to a point when you start moving to influence things in other countries. That's not your business. You're not United Nations, and nobody recognizes you as an international, body here to do something. It's just a U.S. organization. So the report also recommended that 12 countries be placed on the State Department's special watch list. So they're going to watch you, and if you don't behave, something is going to happen, I guess. Algeria, Cuba, Nicaragua, Azerbaijan, the Central African Republic, Egypt, and Indonesia, Iraq, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Turkey, and Uzbekistan. So these are like the reserves. The guys that stay on the sideline and wait to join the teams in the football field. All right, so we are, and let's talk about Afghanistan here, a place that they wrecked, their country wrecked, left in a hurry, and now they say about the religious uh, freedoms over there. Really? Maybe they want to have it that way. What's your problem? That's their values. Could not be our values, but their values are not our values, and vice versa. But obviously, you think that your values are more important than their values, and then you want to change that. What if they want to change your values? Would it work? No, because you think you got it right, and you are the perfect. You're, religious thing. When we're the good, they're the bad. Nothing in between. Sinner, no sinner. Um, so this is with this guy. They try to shame, obviously, India. Now we have here a guy in India who I can pinpoint, and I think that in the future we're going to hear about this little snake that is right here waiting to get out and bite you. This I think is on the help other people from a little bit outside of the country. And this is Rahul Gandhi. And I have here an article from Quartz India, right? And it says here that Rahul Gandhi tells Modi that hate in India is spooking businesses and killing jobs. So this is the first step. They don't jump right to the throat. Just slowly see how you react and then go further. See how you react. They go further. If they react a little bit, they back off a little bit, wait, and then try again, and then again, and then get used with this. And then if you back them up, they go a little bit, wait a little bit, things get. But look how much they already advanced from here to here. Small steps. All right, so it says here, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, today, April 27th, sought to connect the economic difficulties India is facing to the deterioration socio-political atmosphere allegedly encouraged by the Modi government. And he's going to talk about, obviously, it says here, in a tweet referring to various problems like joblessness and a difficulty in doing business, he seemed to criticize the Modi government's inability to control an apparent hate campaign against religious minorities. I never saw this. All of a sudden, yesterday, the US, that little organization, opened its mouth. Second day, this guy opened his mouth. So it's a little bit of connection right here. We'll find out. We'll find out. It says here, hate in India and make it India can't coexist. Hate in India and make in India can't coexist, Gandhi said in a tweet. The Congress leader shared a meme showing global brands that have left India since 2017. Okay, this is just economic, but it goes on the structure or of religious freedoms. I don't think those businesses left because of the religious freedom. It was pushed down by Modi. But nevertheless, the unrest, that's what, 1.5 billion of people. How much unrest is over there? Like 300,000? 300 million? I'm sorry. I mean, make it comparable. But nevertheless, he doesn't care about that. He talks about, that they, in recent months, India's right-wing Hindus have launched multiple campaigns, often violent, against religious minorities, targeting their food, dressing, and other practices. They have sought bans on the loudspeakers at mosques. I don't want that to be next door to me at 5 o'clock. No, I wouldn't want that either. So I'm sorry, that's a preference. I want to sleep so I can go and work, produce, and be taxed so you can get the money because you don't pay taxes, right? At least in the United States. I don't know about the mosques in India. Probably they do, but who knows? They're special, all of them. And the hardcover worn by Muslim women and the practice of halal. Well, you can say I don't like that. What's wrong with that? Unless you start being violent. So once you start being violent, the law enforcement should get involved, arrest them, prosecute them, charge them, and punish them. Yeah. But anyway, it says that your silence in the face of this enormous situation is troubling, blah, 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 told Modi. Okay, well, as I said, it's a strange coincidence between that report that was made by that organization in the United States and this Rahul Gandhi showing up the next day and taking advantage of that. So I think it's going to be the tip of the spear for whatever is to come. So we're going to hear about this religious unrest and intolerance in India. Why do you think that was pinpointed to Russia and India? The first two in the title, Russia and India, and then further. And then they mentioned the other ones like, oh, by the way, these ones too. And then we have the reserves right here. The guys are waiting to join the team in the field. Because they want to make a connection between Modi, Putin, religious freedom or lack of, the United States condemned, and they will try to create probably some unrest somewhere. And there you go. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to have an eagle eye. All right, and I'm going to let you know what's going on in India. I hope that Indians continue to be what they are, smart people, and with a long history and a great civilization. But nevertheless, it doesn't mean that there are not snakes in each nation. There are, and by all means, if religion freedom is not, how to say, defended or supported, or you know what I mean. I'm for it. You guys, you can practice your religion. Don't push it on me or my children or anybody else. You do it on your own. Do whatever you want, guys. Eat one another. Do whatever. Go to do whatever. But don't come to me. Stay there. Be religion should be personal, not But unfortunately, at least Christianity is a religion that is a prophetic, and they try to share it and try to convert everybody. That's what it is. So you're gonna have people knocking at the door and things like this, and you gotta politely have to say them, no, thank you very much, have a nice day. But I have nothing, and I hope nobody has anything to do with them unless they become, pushy and obnoxious, and they get the power, like like the Taliban or the ISIS guys, and then we get in trouble. And not only that, I mean, you look in the medieval times in Europe, and you see what happened with the Pope there. But I'm not going to get into that. Thank you very much for being again with me today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, be just, and India, be careful. See ya.